I'm Fragiskos Filipeos. I'm the Deputy Director for the Southeast Network for Social Sciences, and I'm here joined today by Daniela Hardikerova, a University of Kent student who's participating in a new ESRC funded scheme for undergraduate students to increase participation from underrepresented populations to doctoral studies. So Daniela, welcome to SeNSS. Could you tell us a bit about your motivation behind applying for this scheme?
Right, so my motivation for joining this scheme was to participate in research. So when I first started university, I was already a mature student, but fairly quickly I realised that research was something that I was interested in and passionate about. I found out about SeNSS through my academic advisor, and then I was introduced to my mentor by one of my lecturers. So that's sort of how I got into it, and when I saw the opportunity open up, I just took the step forward, yeah.
Daniela, you have a very interesting background experience before joining the University of Kent as a student. Do you want to tell us a few words about it?
Yeah, so I was actually working as a manager in hospitality in a fairly large pub chain in the UK. So I've got some managerial experience, and it was really the inspiration behind pursuing business as an undergraduate degree. I was motivated to find out how businesses operate and how decisions get made on an organisational level, and international business sort of seemed to tick all of those boxes for me.
Could you tell us a bit more about the project and why it is important?
Yeah, so the project that I'm working on alongside two other students at the University of Kent from the Division of Psychology is looking at the effectiveness of role models, and this project has very important implications for both academia but also for practice. We're looking at how we can use role models, or like the effectiveness of role models at inspiring women to go into gender incongruent roles. And we've taken Carola's model, which she has worked on for a while, and we're testing a very specific part of it in which we're hoping to find out that under this specific criteria, role models are effective at breaking down sort of like the stereotypical associations that might be happening in like the social cognition of women. So,
Thank you. You have a very interesting background in terms of work experience. Perhaps you can relate that to your project as well. Could you tell us a few more words about it?
Yeah, so I come from a background of business. I actually study international business at the university, and I was inspired to do that because I worked as a manager in a hospitality chain, quite a well-known one in the UK. And through my work there, I realised that I wanted to find out why businesses operate the way they do and how people sort of fit into that process as well.
You're currently in the second year of your undergraduate studies, so I imagine going into a research project with a research supervisor can sometimes be a daunting experience. What do you think is the most challenging aspect of the project?
Mm-hmm. So I think for me, coming from an international business background, the most challenging thing was to wrap my head around psychology. I had never previously been exposed to any of those ideas, or very briefly in my first year. So I think it was really challenging to be put into that environment, but my supervisor and my colleagues have been so patient with me and absolutely amazing, and I now actually feel like I do have some knowledge in this very different field to what I come from, and yeah, it's just opened my world to a whole different view of business. And made me think about all the other topics that I might be able to approach due to this introduction into psychology as well.
I'd like to pick up on that last thing you said about opening up your horizons and giving you new ideas. We're now moving towards a PhD or doctoral research, which is not simply a qualification for academic jobs, but generally a qualification that teaches you how to do research. So has this experience changed at all your career aspirations?
Yeah, 100%. I already sort of knew that I wanted to do research, but this has shown me that academic research might actually be the way to go from here. I'm interested in applying for the 1+3 through SeNSS. Because being around academics and being around these like greatly intelligent people, it's really made it feel achievable in a sense. And I think before doing this scheme, before doing this 8-week research, I was a bit shy into the whole process. Maybe it can be a bit daunting, but doing research and seeing that, you know what, I can actually do this, like this is within my talent, and I'll also be supported, has made it more of a goal to strive for. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Daniela. SeNSS will be running another competition for the Summer Experience Research Placement Scheme next year. So if you're an undergraduate student in the middle of your studies and you're interested in the scheme and you would like to make an application, please contact us and we'll provide further details.